Let's build an assault lance. That's what we're going to look at in this Battletech vlog. Putting aside for a moment the personal bias, my personal bias of mechs in every weight class, but especially in the assault class that I love playing. Things that influence my play style. I'm going to step back a little bit from that in the moment. And we're going to look on building this checklist. My ideas, my checklist, things that I'm looking at if we were just flipping through the tech manual to select assault mechs. And then, as always, you guys on the channel, comments, I appreciate. Fantastic ideas in Battletech, pushing that out there, borrowing and leveraging a lot of amazing ideas that you're pushing out. So we're going to get that synergy going. Okay, so the first thing for me for assault mechs is I want to utilize the tonnage in every phase of the game. So we've got the movement phase, we've got the shooting phase, and then we've got physical attacks. In every phase, utilizing the tonnage, how can we push that to the best of our advantage? Speed. Let's look at speed. How important is speed as an assault mech with an assault lance? Playing 4 mechs, pushing that forward. You might have other elements, other lances working together, other vehicles. I mean, there's other variables. We're going to push those aside and just look, hey, this is the mission. We're putting down 4 assault mechs and you're going into the target. Speed, of course, is important, but less important, I find, depending on the map I'm playing on. If it's hex maps, 1 or 2 hex maps, then slower assault mechs, if I'm going to shift some of that tonnage into weapons in other areas, slower assault mechs work. If we move to a traditional wargaming table, a really, really big gaming table, what that means now is I'm a little bit more vulnerable to speed considerations. I'm going to eat long-range fire a little bit longer. And for me, the firepower, incoming firepower at long range, as my assault mechs move in, it's not so much about the damage. Obviously, if I'm going up against a fire base where I'm marching in with my 4 assault mechs, and in the back corner is like 2 longbows or a trio of LRM 20 carriers, that's a little bit different. But if it's just taking some long-range shots on the way in, the occasional PPC, a couple of missiles, LRMs here and there, maybe some AC2s, AC5s, it's not so much about the damage, because certainly I have a lot of armor. I'm a little bit more concerned about crits. I'm a little bit more concerned about that 1 in 166 dice roll. I won't say turn 1, but like turn 2 or turn 3, essentially crippling my mech. So narrowing that down, if it's a smaller gaming table or a standard Battletech scenario, we can start to shift the speed to some of the slower assault mechs. But generally speaking, they're all going to be about the same, and we're going to be looking to move in. Now, weaponry for the tonnage. This is where we want to utilize the tonnage in that, yes, there are assault mechs that are highly specialized for a particular role, but I want to look at assault mechs that have 1 or 2 long-range weapons on the way in. So this way I have something to do on the way in. I mean, a perfect example would be an LRM 20 pack and maybe a PPC. Inner Sphere, those are some of the higher damage dealing level weapons that you can take just one of. You know, 1 PPC does more damage potentially than 1 medium laser or 1 large laser. As soon as we stack multiple medium lasers compared to the PPC, obviously that changes things. But I want to have something with 1 PPC, 1 long-range missile, to have action on the way in. That, if I can cover that in each mech, now that gives me something to do on the way in. If there's a medium or a light that's looking to position and snipe, if I can tag all 4 of my assault mechs, that's 4 PPCs or 4 LRMs, that's got some redundancy, that's got some volume to drive those off. But what I'm really looking to sync my battle value in with the tonnage for an assault mech, and this then carries over into the physical phase, I want to take medium lasers. I want to take SRM packs. I want to take a brace of these and double up or triple up or have the redundancy on that second band of weapon classes as opposed to like, here's 2 PPCs. I wasn't going to name any favorite mechs, but this is a great idea. The awesome mech one of my favorite assault mechs out there. Very, very fearsome for a lot of reasons. A very, very scary mech because 3 PPCs. You've got tons and tons of armor on there. You have no ammo, so you can push the ammo. You don't have to worry about explosions. And you're not going to get taken out from an ammo crit with that mech. I mean, that's a really, really scary mech to go up against on multiple levels. But the talent in piloting the Awesome is being awesome at staying at the PPC range and being able to manage heat. As soon as that range gets slipped, meaning if I can close with my Battle Master and now I'm hitting you at almost point blank range with my multiple medium lasers, with my SRM 6-pack and other weapons, that cuts down tremendously on the effectiveness of the Awesome because it can't fire all those 3 PPCs every turn. And if you fire 1 or 2, push the heat, as soon as we get into movement, plus minimums, plus my movement, it quickly stacks up. So with an assault mech, I want to get as close as possible. That is effective use of the tonnage, because now here's where it spills over into the physical phase. I want to be punching you. I want to punch, fire my medium lasers, fire my short-range missile 6-pack. So I would like to have an assault mech with hands. Although, again, look, Stalker's great. So Stalker, instead of punching, you're kicking. But this then plays into mechs like the Awesome, the challenge in it, why it is a fearsome mech, but one could say a very nuanced assault mech, because you have to make a choice. I would say the Awesome is not effective use of the tonnage. It's a specialized mech, and I love playing it. And I pushed out a ton of vlogs. I'm just using this as comparison. I need to stay at that range for optimum PPC. If I close, then I've got the Battle Fist, sure, but that means I'm not utilizing the other PPC to punch. And I definitely want to punch with a heavy mech, yes. With an assault mech, you want your strategy to be closing to punch. 1 in 6 chance, raw tonnage, literally knocking the head off. If I can score 2 hits a turn, that's beast mode. Even if I miss the head, that's going up against upper armor. That's absolutely beast mode, plus the lasers, plus the shooting. So looking at that, flipping through the tech manual, it would be assault mechs with good speed, average speed. I'd want a PPC, a long-range weapon on there, but essentially looking at medium lasers, SRM packs, small lasers, maybe even machine guns, depending on the location, and being able to punch and utilize and strike with the fists. That's utilizing the tonnage in every single phase. So turning it over to you guys, the secret weapon. 2 or 3 assault mechs that we should be looking at. We should be considering that you think for the battle value and the tonnage are really up there with in terms of efficiency and brutality.